You guys, this is the third video that I'm going to be posting for our AP seminar course. Again, I repeat, these videos are just to reinforce what had been discussed and applied in the classroom. This is for you to review or to just close any gap that you might find in class. Okay, so let's go to today's agenda. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to help you identify the arguments, the claims, the evidence, and the line of reasoning. So, starting with arguments and claims. So, as I told you before, an argument is like the top of my house, okay? So, if I'm going to have a top of a house, I need some other parts in order to support that top, okay? Okay, so let's look at arguments alone. What is this top of the house? What should it contain? I explained arguments before in my previous video, but I'm going to reinforce it now. An argument is when you present your opinion or stance or stand regarding any issue, okay, or regarding the main theme. So, for example, it can be as simple as dogs are better than cats, and it can be as complex as being, should students choose the way they should learn or not. So it can be really any issue, okay, and it has to tell me your opinion or your stand regarding an issue. Okay, again, I repeat, it's not a cause-effect essay. It's not related to cause-effect essays. Some of you linked it before to pros and cons, to advantages and disadvantages. No, this is not it. An argument is when you have to take a stand. Are you with it or are you against it? Of course, we can use counter arguments, but you still need a stand to be made. So this is an argument. Now, what are claims? Claims are a set of statements that support an argument. So this makes argument a set of claims that are supported by evidence, and that is actually supported by evidence and reasoning. And we're going to see what claims are now, what evidence are, and what is reasoning. So let's go to claims. Okay, so a claim, first of all, it should be a statement. It should not be a question, okay? It needs to be able to be supported by evidence, and it should never start with I think or I believe. And as I told you before, as the argument is going to be the top of my house, the claims are going to be the walls of my house. So, for example, dogs are better than cats. Dogs are better than cats. This is the argument because it tells me my stand regarding dogs and cats. Now, I support my argument with the claims. For example, because they have a positive impact on their owner's health. This is claim number 1. They can be amazing support animals. This is claim number 2, and are much more social. This is claim number 3. So as you can see that my claim here, dogs are better than cats, is actually supported by 3 claims, okay? Of course, the argument and the claims should make sense. They should be logical, okay? Because why? They have to be supported by evidence. So whatever you put as a claim should be supported by evidence. Now, what are evidence? They are information or data that support your claim. They can be numbers, they can be observations, they can be quotations, they can be researches, they can be opinions of authentic, accredited people. However, they should not be opinions. They should not be your opinion or the opinion of your friend or your classmate or your mother or your uncle. okay? Because these opinions, when evidence is taken as an opinion, they should come from specialists. And of course, they must be cited. And I cannot reinforce enough how important this step is, because as I told you before, that the College Board takes plagiarism very strictly. And they would not you would not score the score that is that you are meant to take for evidence if you do not have them cited. So each evidence that I take must be cited. When I say cited, I mean that I should note from where did I take that evidence. Okay, so for example, let's look at this evidence. According to a pilot study done by the Animals and Society Institute, here I have mentioned the people who have done the research, or the organization that did the research, and then I say what they said. So dog owners laugh significantly more frequently than cat owners, and this is the evidence. As you can see here, the year 1999 is actually the year in which this research was made. So I have the evidence. It supports one of the claims, and we're going to see that later on. And of course, it is cited. It told me who did this research, which year, so it is cited. Now, if I'm gonna ask you who are the stakeholders, you're going to say the Animals and Society Institute. Type what is the perspective that dog owners laugh significantly more than cat owners. Okay, let's move on into reasoning. Reasoning is when you connect the dots. It's when you connect the evidence to the claim and then to the main argument. It's when you put them all together. Okay, so as the name suggests, it's called, reasoning. So it has to make sense. You must give me reasons, okay, and so that I can believe what you said, or even believe the evidence you have put. So it's again the most important part. It explains your evidence, and it identifies how the evidence you used supports the claim. So for example, laughing is a positive emotion that can have a positive effect on people's health. In this way, I started explaining the evidence. The study shows that dog owners laugh more than cat owners, which means they experience higher levels of positive emotion than cat owners. So here, as you can see, I'm explaining the evidence. Now, later on, we're going to see how the paragraph turns out to be. Now, the line of reasoning is made up of the different claims that I make in order to support my argument. Now, I need to stress this point. An argument can be called main idea, it can be called a thesis, and it can also be present in the conclusion. Okay, so you always have to keep that in mind. When I tell you what is the main idea in an argumentative paragraph, for example, it means that I'm asking you about the argument. When I tell you what's the thesis of an argumentative essay, it means that I'm asking you to tell me the argument. Okay, and this is just a tip for you, that when you are trying to locate or you're trying to find the argument, the argument, you need to go check the main ideas, check the conclusion, and check the thesis. So again, the line of reasoning is when I have different claims, and all of these claims are supported by evidence, of course, and they support the argument. This is how the paragraph turns out to be. Dogs are better than cats. Now, this is my argument. In fact, they have positive impact on their owner's health. This is, as you can see, the claim. As you can see here, that the argument is broader, it's wider, okay? The claim is actually more specific. And now I go to the evidence, and this is the evidence. Of course, it is cited, as you can see, 1999, and a study done by the Animals and Society Institute. So I have it cited, and then my reasoning. And this is how my body paragraph ends. argumentative paragraph ends. So yeah, that's it. You can just go back to the presentation to check them out. Again, I need to stress on the fact that everything you need is actually found on your monthly plan, as I told you before. So if you go to the monthly plan here, for example, it is found here: identifying arguments, identifying claims, line of reasoning. You'll also find another link here called entitled explanation. If you click on it, and then it will directly take you to a Google Doc. This Google Doc has the full explanation. Just have spare yourselves a couple of minutes to read it. So as you can see, an argument paragraph presents a point of view and provides evidence for the point of view taken, and so on and so on and so on. It also tells you what are the transitional words that are used in order to help you, and so on. So this can also help you, find out the argument in a paragraph. It can help you identify the evidence and the counter argument if there is any. Yeah, so that's it for this video. We'll complete with the rest, and that's it. Thank you guys for listening.